Back to local news, multiple drunk driving crashes claimed the lives of 8 people in southeast Louisiana from Friday night into Saturday morning. Candace Charles spoke to police and witnesses about the 3 separate cases.
Well, you can see just how dark it is along Highway 20, where one of 3 crashes happened in southern Louisiana overnight. Now, this is where the area is still charred, where 3 young ladies' lives were lost.
I heard my aunt yelling, and when I came outside, I seen the fire blazing across the road.
It was a night of tragedy in South Louisiana. 3 crashes killing 8 people happened overnight Friday. One of them right here across the street from Christina Adams' home in Chack Bay.
And every time I would get close, it would explode more and more.
It happened a little after midnight. Police say 39-year-old Joy Clement of Thibodaux was driving north on LA 20 when his truck crossed the center line and hit an SUV head-on. Flames erupted from both vehicles.
He said, "Let me use your effing phone right now. I need to use your effing phone."
If convicted, this would be Clement's 4th DWI. Police say he would be responsible for killing 3 recent Hanville High School graduates in the SUV. It would be the 2nd crash of the night. State police responded to this intersection off of LA 182 and LA 660 in Houma around 8 Friday night. Initial reports suggest that 42-year-old Charles Triggs Jr. of Raceland was heading east on LA 182 when he tried to pass a car driven by 25-year-old Ariana Lachicho of Houma. Investigators believe Triggs was speeding in a no-pass zone and struck Lachicho head-on after crossing the center line.
Just a terrible scene out there.
When police arrived, Lachicho and 21-year-old Daniel Wiley of Raceland were dead. Triggs and 23-year-old Corey Porter of Raceland were critically injured. They later died at the hospital. Neither passengers were wearing a seatbelt, and police suspect that Triggs was impaired.
We are seeing a lot of unsafe driving behaviors out there.
On Saturday morning, not long after the Chack Bay crash, another life was lost. Police say 38-year-old Frederick Vernado wasn't wearing his seatbelt while driving eastbound on LA 10 when he veered off the road and hit a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators suspect that he, too, was impaired. Friday, 8 lives were lost. 3 of those were Hanville High School graduates who were going into the medical school at Nichols State University. 19-year-old Lily Differin, 18-year-old Haley Koss, and 18-year-old Michaela Bowling. The Lilling ladies were coming from a birthday party when the crash happened. I spoke with Haley's father, who was too upset to do an on-camera interview, but said he wanted to know how a man with 3 DWIs was left behind the wheel to allegedly kill his daughter and her friends.
Once we arrest that individual, it's up to prosecutors and judges as to what the outcome of those individual cases is.
Now, all 3 crashes are still being investigated. Joy Clement has been booked and is facing charges. Now from Chack Bay, I'm Candace Charles, Eyewitness News.
Nichols State released a statement about the student's death saying in part, quote, "We offer our sincerest condolences to Michaela, Haley, and Lily's family, friends, and loved ones, and all who knew them. During this difficult, tremendous time of loss, we are reminded of the importance of community. There is no greater sadness for a university and its members than the loss of a student. It's even more difficult in the tragic loss of 3. They added that counseling is available for students and staff who need it. MAD also is offering support. You can reach out to them at 877-MAD-HELP. And if you see an impaired driver, you can call *577.